Hi guys. So we have breaking news. The girl in the Chris Unbiased case, who has recently come and spoken out and turned the entire battle rap community upside down by telling you things we've been telling you for a year and a half. But it is what it is. Has come out, and she had gotten the documentary that Chris had taken down, that lie documentary where he entirely lied the entire documentary. We have 100% proof of that. Chris had taken it down. Well, she got a copy of it and has sent it to the DA. And now she has said, I am testifying and told the DA everything. They know about everything now. The deed is done. It's been over, but now you're finished. Shut up, Chris. And there it is. So I want to give her a round of applause. This takes a lot of strength and courage. A lot of strength and courage to do what she's doing. Remember, she initially didn't press charges. She did, however, go to the police station, give them, do a rape kit, and give a description of Chris. And then the DA then they had a DNA match after he attacked the victim 2 and 3. 2 years later, she didn't want to testify because she felt like she just wanted this to be over, which is hard to it's hard to be mad at her about it. When you're in such a crazy situation, it makes sense to always. Yeah, you should always do that so you make sure it doesn't happen to the next person. But we can't speak. The trauma. Just imagine going through your life every single day, knowing the man's free, and then finding out now he lives in your neighborhood, possibly 2 doors next to you. All right? Just imagine that horror. Just the horror of him being free in America, let alone in your neighborhood. All right? That day probably flashes in her eye. Like, it's just insane. It's insane what's happened to her. And all the countless other victims, allegedly, that have come across his path. And, this is a lesson in man worship. You guys got to stop worshiping men, worshiping people, period. Like, you don't know none of us. You don't, it doesn't matter. Like, you don't know us. You don't know who we are. Like, you got to. This was the problem. The reason why he was able to get away with what he's doing is because he had so many people making excuses for him, covering for him, lying for him, saying they saw his paperwork when they never saw his paperwork. They said he saw his paperwork, and they never saw his paperwork. A shan't and no mercy, to be specific. These people should be ashamed of themselves and honestly never show their face in public again. I wouldn't after covering up for this. What do they have to say? What do they have to say? Oh boy, got a emoji of a woman with getting hot dogs thrown at her. That's his response. Imagine that's where your mind goes. Like, he can't even read the room. All right. Like, it's just crazy to me. And this was a common sense case. Everybody who followed this case should have understood it from day one, that it was a common sense case. There was only really one side to look at this. All right. He gets out on bail. He does this 60-minute documentary that was full of holes. Anyone who heard the documentary, red flags went off right when I heard it. Like the second I heard it, I'm like, no, that don't make sense. That don't make sense. That don't make sense. All right, well, let's see what's going on. The next thing you know, we get his paperwork to get his we read his defense in court. His defense in court isn't in what's in this documentary. This story doesn't even exist in his defense. So he completely and utterly lied. So anyone who saw the paperwork knows that he lied and covered for him. They know that he lied and covered for him. We're looking at around four victims that we know of right now. 4. He's a serial R-word rapist, monster, and his days coming. I think his days are numbered, guys. I really do. I really, really do. I think his days are numbered. The community, they seem to have had enough of him. As far as this woman, all the screaming and yelling she didn't say anything new besides that he might have moved next door to her. Everything she said that we've told you. All right? Everything that she said, we've already told you. So she hasn't said anything new. But the community believes her, which is good. It's a good thing. All right. But now everybody's rewriting history. Everybody's saying they never rocked with Chris in the first place and blah, 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 blah. And da-da-da. And they were going to be like, okay, bro. Okay. I have all the fucking videos. I have everything documented. All right. There's really nothing you guys can. All right. It's all there. It's all there. And you guys look crazy. You are on the wrong side of history on this one, guys. You guys are on the wrong side of history. And you should have just took my position. My position wasn't a me versus him, or I wasn't taking. All my position was the facts. That's how anyone should ever take in a case like this. Just take the facts. It was nothing personal. I don't know this guy. All right? Why would it be personal with me and Chris? I just looked at the facts and I said, okay, this don't add up. This don't add up. He lied about this. He lied about this. He's lying about his court case. He's lying about going to court. He lied about the dead docket. There was never a dead docket. He lied about the DNA match. And I'm like, all right, so this dude's a pathological liar. His case is still open, and it's more than likely he did this, because why would he be lying if he was innocent? Innocent people don't lie like this. Show me a case where a guy who's innocent just starts lying about everything. It doesn't even make sense. It makes no logical sense. It makes no sense at all. Okay? Shout out to her, man. Shout out to her. She is actually showing how strong she is now. All right? And I think finding out that he might have moved next door to her, or at least in her neighborhood, all right, shocked her and scared her. And that's why this is like her last grasp. All right, like this now it's DEFCON 5, and I need to do something. I need to go public with this, because like she said, if anything happens to me, he did it. And that's the best thing you could have done, is gone public with it. Bring as much publicity as you can on this. Have the spotlight on him, all right? That way he will be scared to move, scared to do anything towards you, all right? The more public this is, to be real, the safer you're going to be. All right? So salute to you, man. All right? I'm sorry you got to go through this. And just... she's not part of the battle rap community, but the Chris Unbiased apologists and Dead Docket Nation were going in on her on Twitter, bro, and she had to deal with that nonsense, bro. So I apologize on behalf of the scumbags of the battle rap community, all right, that you had to deal with that. Okay, trust me, I've been dealing with it for 2 years. I've been screaming on the rooftops for 2 years about Chris. Okay, ma'am? All right, so I understand that you had to go through that. I get it. Even yesterday, I got a comment. Somebody on my old Chris on Blog comment said, "You're obsessed with Chris, bro." This is their mindset. This is how they think. You're never gonna get to them. You're never gonna get they're insane people, and it is what it is. So love you guys. Peace.